Um, this next video is going to be about uh synthetic telepathy, topic I've covered extensively. Basically, perhaps it's the Judeo-Christian worldview. They believe instilling a punishment with a specific action is a way to cause people to change their behavior. This works very well on basic humans and the majority of animals with any sense of memory. You can't really do this to a goldfish because a goldfish doesn't remember very long. You can probably do this to a dog because a dog can remember a little bit longer and um it has a little bit more social programming. Um this type of thing is extended from, it's not Myers and Briggs. It's B.F. Skinner. 1950s style behavioral psychology. Basically saying that what we really think isn't really measurable. It's more the behaviors that can be scientifically evaluated. Um, let's see, how should I best explain this? Um, so with synthetic telepathy, they frequently attempt to try to pair a um like negative thing with like a consequence, which almost never works. Um, especially with somebody like me. Uh, for example, they say like, don't drive really fast or you might crash your car. Like, don't like stab people at a bar. You might go to jail. Blah 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 blah. But they don't like say it in like um they don't say it in that way. They basically say it in like almost a very childish way. Like what happens to people who stab people? Like what will happen to you if you stab somebody? Oh yeah, right. You'll go to jail. Boom. And then like they'll say it in a little bit more serious tone than that. But those things don't really change my behavior. Like, for example, if they say the consequence of jail, then I think about the specific law and how exactly am I violating that law and who exactly could prosecute me for violating this law and exactly how would I defend against prosecution of this law, and if should all legal avenues be exhausted, which other country can I live in to get rid of the tyranny of the American government. Basically, it's almost like the historical race of arms versus armor. First, we had castles, and then we had trebuchets and catapults, and then castles were useless because we came up with cannons, because a cannon could blow a castle to bits, and then we had the idea of bunkers, and then we devised bunker busters to blow up said bunkers, and then bunkers got deeper, so we came up with thermobaric weapons to basically push a shockwave through the ventilation shaft of a bunker and cause everybody in the bunker to die a horrible death due to a high pressure wave. And then we had tanks and, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So whenever synthetic telepathy tries to match a consequence to some action they don't want me to do, then it turns into this arms versus armor kind of race. The only way I can really come up with a actual self-initiated change into my psychology is to have a self-realization. Um, for example, my friend's dad came out and yelled at me, and I really wanted to beat him to death with a baseball bat. And I somehow decided not to because, I felt like hitting somebody who was a little bit more advanced in age. I mean, the man still had some fight in him, but he was getting old, would be like a, morally wrong thing. So then I went to a parking lot at an abandoned shopping mall, and I basically ran around a shopping mall about 10 times to burn off the adrenal response. Yeah, I'm quite proud of myself of being able to limit, my use of physical violence.